Hello everybody. Climate change is the biggest threat facing mankind. Its effects are worse than you can think. The future of our planet is in our hands. Well, some of you may be asking, well, why should I care about climate change? Well, climate change is actually the most important issue of our generation. If we do not take action against climate change, there will be catastrophic damage to our planet. The main threats of climate change are extreme weather, rising sea levels, and the destruction of our ecosystems. Climate change is already causing extreme weather. According to Times Magazine, on September 26, 2022, unprecedented flooding left over a third of Pakistan underwater in what UN Secretary General described from the ground as the worst climate carnage she has ever seen. This is just the beginning. Today, I will argue that climate change is the biggest threat facing mankind and that you should join the fight against climate change. I will prove this with three main points. First, I will show you the damage that climate change is causing. Second, I will show you that we are responsible for climate change. And third, I will show you the potential solutions as an individual and as a society that we could take against climate change, which is reducing our demand for energy, building energy efficient infrastructure, swapping to renewable energy sources, and most importantly, voting. So first, we need to look at the problem at hand, which is climate change. The problem is that the Earth is warming. According to a newspaper article by New Scientist from April 24th, 2021, globally 2020 was the second warmest year on record with a mean temperature that was 1.2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial average. Well, scientists determined that anything above 1.5 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial average will lead to irreversible damage to our planet. And we are already 4/5 of the way there. Climate change has harmed our planet and it's already causing extreme weather events. A newspaper article by Irish Times from July 27, 2021 states that many scientific reports have concluded that climate change has caused an increase in extreme rainfall events and heat waves. Human-induced climate change has already affected our weather patterns, and this will have major impacts on our health, lives, and economy if we continue to burn fossil fuels. We will unfortunately continue to see extreme weather events in our future. Extreme weather affects everyone. Flooding and drought will displace people from their homes and lead to a refugee crisis. And global warming caused by climate change will cause the ice caps to melt faster, and this will lead to rising sea levels. As you can see here, the ice caps are melting faster already. So next, we need to look at the cause of climate change. The sun is not responsible for climate change. Humans are responsible because we are burning too many fossil fuels and releasing greenhouse gases into our atmosphere. Well, some people think that climate change is caused naturally by solar irradiance. Well, solar irradiance measures the energy that the Earth receives from the sun. However, an article written by NASA states that evidence shows that current climate change and global warming cannot be caused by solar irradiance. Increasing greenhouse gases are responsible for warming the planet. These greenhouse gases trap solar radiation in our atmosphere, which leads to global warming. An article written by National Geographic states that atmospheric levels of carbon dioxide, the most dangerous and prevalent greenhouse gas, are at the highest levels ever recorded. Greenhouse gas levels are so high primarily because humans burn fossil fuels and release the fumes into our atmosphere. Now that we know about climate change and its causes, here are some potential solutions. The solution is to cut down on our emissions, become more energy efficient, swap to renewable energy sources, and most importantly, we must vote. So first of all, we must cut down on emissions of greenhouse gases. We could do this by, instead of burning fossil fuels, swapping our energy to renewable energy sources like solar power, hydropower, and wind power. Next, we need to reduce the demand for energy. We must build energy efficient infrastructure, and this will save us in the future. According to an article written by The Bulletin, of atomic scientists in 2020, efficiency is much more easily accomplished at the time of initial construction of infrastructure and energy-consuming facilities rather than via retrofits later on. So finally, what can you do as an individual to fight climate change? Well, the best thing you can do is to lobby local politicians against climate change and vote. According to an article written by Science Direct from March 5th, 2021, while all individual actions are important, political actions and activism behaviors are among the most important actions individuals can take to fight climate change. Now that you know about climate change and its numerous negative effects and potential solutions, I'm hoping that you want to join the fight against climate change. Well, today I argue that climate change is the biggest threat facing our planet and that you should join the fight against climate change. First, I showed you the damage that climate change is causing. Next, I showed you that we are responsible for climate change. Lastly, I showed you the potential solutions as an individual and as a society that we can take to fight climate change. We must take action before it is too late. If we don't take action, our future will consist of extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and humanitarian crisis. I desperately hope that after you listen to my speech, you want to go spread the word of climate change, join the fight against climate change, and lobby local politicians to take action against climate change. Thank you very much for your time.